Hello everybody, welcome to another one of my videos. Now in this video I just wanted to discuss there was a recent letter that went out to the elders of the congregation. It was about just keep their opinions to themselves, and it was about the coronavirus. They're not allowed to directly tell any members that they can or cannot get the shot. I think there's more of a push to get more members vaccinated, or at least at Bethel, and I think. So, like, that letter going out is like, it's just basically saying, just shut up, sit down, keep your mouth shut, and the Watchtower is just really trying to exercise their power and authority over the elders, like stay in subjection to us. Just elders are told to keep all your political opinions to yourselves, and, just everything. You work for us, like, it's definitely doing this, like, oh yeah, for sure, over the members, like, and the elders too. I see typical Watchtower behavior and attitude, just like being like, shut up, do what we say, don't question us. Especially don't question our teachings or authority or history, or even our history. Members are expected to be obedient to the elders, show them respect and don't ever question their actions in the congregation. And elders also have, not at every meeting, but they have meetings in the back, usually after the meeting sometimes, and they have these special Shepherd the Flocks books that only they can have, and that the members are kept in the dark a lot that book even exists. And that's not the only thing that, the elders just try to keep their members in the dark about a lot, and it's all about obedience and loyalty to Watchtower. I always saw one important thing that I knew even during my waking up process, like I just knew, well, from XJW videos, I just kind of affirmed it, that I never dared go up or to try to ask them questions, about especially like governing body or 607 BCE. I didn't want to speak up and make a scene and single myself out. I'm not that type of person anyways, and it got me thinking a little bit about the elders and my observations and what I saw over the years, and I could really attest to that they're much more businessmen-like than they are shepherds. There's quite a few that that I knew that, like, at the meetings, like, they'd be like, I just thought to myself, you are not the right personality to be an elder. Like, a lot of them, I would say, didn't have a lot of caring and empathy, and the approachableness, what you would really expect to more of an elder, because they're supposed to be more of a shepherd, like shepherd locks. No, a lot of them would just come to the meetings and they were just focused on their talks and their parts, or the meeting in the back afterwards, you know. They didn't put too much effort to get to know members and to talk to the members. Well, except for maybe pioneers or ones that they knew that were going through especially hard times. But you know, like in all my years, like I had the same elder for a service group overseer for many years, or like for the group I was in, and really the only time he would ever talk to me was to get my field service hours. There was, the members are expected to go to the elders if they have a serious problem, but other than that, I never had any experience of an elder approaching me just to ask how I was doing, etc. In fact, one time at a Kingdom Hall, the ride that drove me there, we usually arrived early, and I just happened to hear a couple of elders had usually arrived early too, and I was just sitting in my seat getting my books and literature ready for the meeting, and I just overheard them quietly discussing between themselves in the seats a few rows back, basically complaining that there was about one of the sisters, and she was just older, lived by herself, was just trying to contact them a lot for like just help in daily life matters, to try to get to some assistance, because I don't think she really had anybody else to help her out. But these elders were basically just like, yeah, quit your whining, just shut up, quit your whining, like, in my seat, like, wow. Yeah, like I never knew of any elders that would just call a member to check up on them. Like unless they were a long-time member, or to give them the latest Watchtower or Awake, or they never really tried to get to know the members one-on-one to really develop a close personal relationship. I would say no, not really. So there's two examples that I wanted to bring out, that in terms of when I heard like Watchtower basically saying keep your mouth shut, listen, obey, or else. Okay, number one, the Watchtower studies. Okay, like they're nothing more. There's Watchtower studies every Sunday, usually about an hour. An elder, there was usually an assigned elder that would always do it on the Sundays, and it was nothing more than just reading the paragraphs, and the congregation would answer these paragraphs, but they were expected to basically just answer by repeating and pointing out what's in all of the paragraphs. There were quite a few members who would read the paragraphs, a couple sentences in there, like word for word. And there was a lot of members that would basically never comment. They would only put their hands up to try to read the scriptures. Like I've mentioned before, like I made a personal decision up until the years that I left, well, really all the years I was in, that I basically stopped commenting. I was one that would rarely comment. And I remember a couple times as a witness trying to explain in the most polite, positive way that my not commenting wasn't from having low faith, that it was more of just because I was telling myself a lot, I'm not going to repeat what's in the paragraph. Like, that's stupid. What are we, in kindergarten or like little kids? Like, I like, even after a while, it made the Watchtower studies pretty boring. And then you notice when you're in for so many years, like, it's basically just the same topics that gradually rotate. It's not really much new or different type of subjects. And just over the years, especially in the later years, the starter articles were trying to push that idea more and more of, you gotta obey the governing body, obey Watchtower, basically, or else. And the second example, in preaching. So when we're out in service, the members are expected to strictly keep to all the Watchtower teachings and the doctrine, like when preaching, and only our literature. I've personally experienced a few times of householders trying to offer their other religious, like, that were theirs, but we can't accept any of it. Like, we're at your door trying to hand you our literature as witnesses, but we're not allowed to take their religious literature. I I could see a comparison of keeping your mouth shut at the door, because if any householder was asking too many questions, and then it was really basically we would just stop going to that door. Like, we were not to engage in debates or arguments, which I get that, but at the same time, it's like the Watchtower is basically telling you, okay, like, you want to try to reason with them, but at the same time, if you can't gradually persuade them and reason with them into agreeing with us, then stop going to them. Like, has to go their way or we don't talk to them. Basically, is what Watchtower is telling their members. Like, so this shut up and obey us, don't question us, just don't express your own opinions. If you do, we'll kick you out the door. You know what? That's typical Watchtower. It's dumb, it's stupid, and I think it's why a lot more people are leaving. There's not many that are gonna stay in too much longer, I think, with that. If Watchtower is always, shut up, listen, obey us, don't express your opinions, do not dare question us, or we'll kick you out the door to die at Armageddon. Yeah. Well, Watchtower, I think a lot more people are saying, no more. And I'm happy to see that. I am. And I think I see it, in fact, great that many more people are waking up to that fact, and I hope many more continue to wake up to that fact. So, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.